Handcraft, and today I'm going to teach you how to make your very own Hexie Pin Cushion. These are not only easy to make, they add a fun pop of color to your sewing space and make an awesome gift for a sewing friend. Let's get started. Before we begin, let's go over the materials that are needed to make our Hexie Pin Cushion. First of all, choose one of your favorite fabrics to use as the backing. This is a 5-inch square. You're going to need to cut a 5-inch square of a solid fabric that coordinates with your backing fabric. That'll be a great background for your chosen Hexie colors. 2 5-inch squares of batting, 20 half-inch wool felt hexagons, and the hexagons I'll leave a link below showing you how you can buy pre-cut or show you the Sizzix die that I use to cut my own at home. Needle and thread, and your favorite fabric glue. Let's get started. For the first step, go ahead and place your backing fabric with the batting and the same with your background fabric. If you'd like to use a little bit of basting spray to adhere these to the batting, that's fine. Otherwise, they really don't shift too much when we start our sewing. You can go ahead and set this one to the side. For our hexagon layout, you're going to space these out using just under 1/4 inch between each one. I like to keep mine in rows. You want to make sure that you have plenty of space, at least 1/4 inch, around the sides and the top, so when we sew our two halves together and you turn them right side out, your hexagon corners and tops won't be caught up in the stitching. And you can do this in rows like this, or if you just want to use one color felt, that also looks great. And you can also make these scattered to where the colors are all different spots and not in order. Okay, we've got our last color here. All right, before you get started gluing, just want to make sure you have plenty of space over on the sides. You may have to shift some of them over just a little bit, and we can start gluing. Take your glue. I like to use this Fabric Fuse. It's a fabric adhesive, and it comes with a really fine tip, so I find that really helpful. Starting kind of from the middle out, I just do a little circle of glue and press that down. Continue gluing all of your hexagons until you're finished, and set this aside to dry for a few minutes. Now that our hexagons are in place and the glue is dry, it's time to quilt. At my machine, I like to do a straight stitch, and I like to go from point to point through the hexagon sideways and then at an angle both directions. Once you finish quilting the front of your pincushion, it's time to add the back. Again, you're going to have your back piece of fabric with your batting. Lay this face down. At your machine, 1/4 inch in, you're going to sew around the perimeter, leaving about a 1.5 inch to 2 inch opening at the bottom. This is where we'll turn it right side out and fill with your preferred filling. Once everything's sewn together and you've left a large enough opening, you want to carefully trim your corners. And turn right side out. I like to use a knitting needle to carefully poke out my corners. And there you have the basics of the pincushion. Once you're done with this, it's time to fill with your favorite stuffing and stitch this closed.